Today we're talking about work-life balance and how busy professionals and entrepreneurs can overcome burnout. So in this video, I'm going to share a little bit about my journey, my personal journey, detoxing from that sort of hyperactive, hyperproductive, productivity-obsessed, workaholic mentality, how I dismantled that for myself. It was around this time last year that I was just striving and pushing, and I had built my business on, do you want to take an extra client? Yes. Do you want to work on holidays? Yes. Do you want to work an extra 6 hours? Yes. So the answer was always yes, because I found that that's how I built up momentum in my business, and it was fantastic and it was great. But what happened was my boundaries got really out of whack, and a friend of mine who does spiritual healing, his name is Chris Garcia, he explained to me that when you have, no matter what it is, whether it's family, professional, whether you serve people one-on-one, clients, we have these energetic cords connecting us to everybody that we interact with. And so periodically we need to do these sweeps, right? And we need to cut these cords and sever these cords so that we can restore our energy and restore our balance. And so we're not being drained by a constant outpouring of energy every which way. I had so many clients that I was serving and giving, but the giving didn't really stop after the service was complete. First of all, becoming aware that these cords exist, and then finding healthy ways for yourself to cut these cords. The truth is that when I got to Dallas, I was so depleted from the work that I had been doing, and I had been going at 100 miles an hour for at least 4 years, that I remember I had weeks where I would just sit by the lake and stare into the water. I needed that time to just do nothing. And so I think that that's another key ingredient to regaining balance. Not that you have to stay in this perpetual state of meditation and not having to do anything, because we have real lives and we have real responsibilities. And give yourself permission to just do nothing, to meditate or not, to go for walks, to turn off your phone. Create a space where you don't have to give anything of yourself to other people. Having that space to just really truly recharge and refill your own cup. Having a vacation planned where you have a ton of activities and a ton of engagements and a ton of appointments and responsibilities is, in a funny sort of way, just an extension of your normal life, but now you're just taking it to a different country or a different state or a resort, but with the same mentality. And the important thing to understand is that it's not necessarily about taking a vacation to go to a particular destination. The point of this type of vacation that I'm describing is so you can unplug, so that you don't have to take care of everyone around you, but so that you really just have this time that is purely just for yourself to replenish and recharge. I know that a lot of solopreneurs, you wear so many hats because you want things to get done right, and a lot of times you're the go-to, you're the only one who knows how to do them. Even if you do have a little bit of help, you're usually the person facilitating those things getting done, even by another person. So it can all just sort of start to build up. And what you don't realize is that as you're building what you believe to be success, or what they told us success was, you're actually building up all of these layers of expectation on yourself, to where it becomes nearly impossible to unravel that, because we feel that if we start to say no, or if we don't say yes, or if we don't give someone what they're asking from us, that something fatal could happen, and that everything you work for, somehow that action would be working against everything you've been working for. But this is why it's important to sometimes interrupt that probably well-oiled machine that you've established, that you've set in place, and to give yourself a chance to say, no, this week I'm going to do something different. This was something that took months for me to truly press reset and truly get back to a state where I felt like I was in flow again. I felt like I was creative again. I felt like I was in my feminine energy again. I had no idea that all of the energy that I was putting into making money and pushing and driving and being successful and being perceived as successful was, I was paying another price for that. I was paying a different price for that. And the price of that was being so disconnected from my feminine energy. Once I started finding myself back in that feminine space, it felt amazing. It felt like I was home again. Because as women, if we're constantly driving and pushing and leading and calculating and doing these activities that are traditionally on the more masculine end of the spectrum, and now I'm not saying man versus woman, I'm just saying there's a spectrum. Those type of activities are on a more masculine end of the spectrum. Ladies, if we spend all of our time there, we're going to feel depleted. And we won't know why. Well, the reason why is because we need to reconnect to that creative energy. We need to reconnect to that looseness, that flowiness that is literally the essence of being feminine. Don't discount that. Don't discount the importance of the feminine. If you are somebody who is very driven and very successful and very organized, or the alpha type, I also dramatically reduce my consumption and intake of different types of media. Number one, social media. Number two, television. And swap that out for reading books. Being in silence is something I don't think we give ourselves permission to do a lot, because it feels like we always need to be growing and learning. And again, this is all a part of the programming that keeps us productive. And not saying that's a bad thing. It's definitely something that now that I'm on the other side of my detox journey, that I am inviting back into my life, because I love learning, and I love learning new things every day. It was really important for me to unravel these tightly wound ideas I had about what it means to be successful. Money is great in what it allows you to do, but at the end of the day, I didn't want to sacrifice my peace and my sanity and my just plain feeling like my time is my own. I feel very proud of the fact that I know that I'm waking up today and I'm doing exactly what I want to do, and I'm doing it in the order that I want to do it in. And if I don't schedule clients till the afternoon, because that's when my energy kicks on or kicks in, or I have different things I want to spend my morning doing, I can do that, and that feels amazing. You can't fix something if you can't acknowledge it. And the fact that you clicked on this video probably means that you are at least a little bit aware of maybe some of these habits in yourself, or maybe that you are out of balance and that you are leaning too much towards work. If you want to know more about how to achieve your ideal work-life balance, visit my website, jazzycraig.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here. Videos every single week, and we will see you in the next one.